We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This is Stephanie Diaz de Leon.
This is Omar Waheed.
And this is Rob Chappell.
And it's 365 Amplified. It's a cold day. By the time we're recording this, it's only Thursday, but it's still cold, y'all. This week feels...
It's cold. That's enough.
We don't want to talk about it anymore.
I unfortunately have to talk to people in California a lot. And
So do I.
they're like, oh, it's so cold. I think, is it? Is it?
No, they don't even pretend that. They like, oh, it's like 64. How is it for you over there? Oh, that sucks. But we're in 64.
It's 10 degrees. It's the warmest it's been for a week. It's-
We have the sun. They keep reminding me how much they have the sun out.
Who needs the sun
Who
for
needs the sun?
every single month?
Every single day. Like how much, I'm like, even by weeks, like how much do you need it?
Too much sun ruins character development.
I don't know about that.
It's what I'm telling myself.
You could try to make it here. You were saying what? That you were looking at Arizona weather because you're deciding which life choice you went
Every
wrong.
winter, I do question why I moved back to the Midwest.
Choices.
It was the right choice, but also.
But also.
We were talking yesterday with the kids about trying to remember what's the legal cutoff for the coldest.
Oh, yeah. Like, when do they have to close
30
school?
below or 35 below? And it's like,
It's 34.
there's very little difference. Once you get below like 20 below, it's like you're just, do you die in 5 minutes or 6?
But state policy, state law says a certain, that 30 to 34 makes a difference.
Wherever you are, whereas we're recording this Thursday morning, not every school is closed, but Madison's closed, Mount Harbor's closed, Wingrass closed.
Surrounding areas are closed. So you just named all the things that your kids are into.
Well, that's what I know about. But I assume that most schools across South Central Wisconsin are going to be closed as you're listening to this today. So everybody just stay safe, stay warm.
Yeah.
And since you're not doing anything, listen to the podcast.
Listen to our podcast. What are you doing?
Listen
you got
to it
time.
twice.
Maybe go back a little bit.
Share it with a friend.
Go back and listen to last week's podcast. The week before that.
We've been a joy for a while now. Let's go ahead and move right into the news this morning, Rob.
Yeah, in a little bit, we're going to hear from Isaiah Ben-Ami, who's running for to represent downtown Madison, the East Side, in the 76th district to replace Francesca Hong, who's running for governor. We're going to have another of the candidates for that office. Juliana Bennett is also running for that office, along with Dina Martinez and Zoe Sullivan, all running in the Democratic primary. This is downtown Madison. Republicans hardly ever even try there. So basically the winner of the Democratic Party will get that seat. That used to be the before they reconfigured things, was the 78th, and that's where Tammy Baldwin came from. That's where Mark Pocan came from. So it's it's been a launching pad particularly for pretty liberal progressive types. So it'll be an interesting race to watch, and we'll hear from Isaiah in just a bit. But before we get to that, a few news items. Two things I want to talk about that are in progress. That I'm working on. I just want to flag for folks. First of all, there's a company out in Oakland called Flipcause, which is a donation platform for nonprofits. These companies that have these online tools, and you can put it on your website and collect donations. And then the one we use is called Give Butter, and you set up a little thing, and then people donate, and then you click a few buttons, and then the money magically comes from there to your bank account. Except when it doesn't. And Flipcause has had trouble for the past year or so. They've been in business since 2012, so this is not a brand new startup or anything. But for the past year or so, nonprofits have had a hard time getting their money out of Flipcause when it takes a little extra time. And then at the end of December, they filed bankruptcy. So, technically speaking, legally speaking, all the companies or all the nonprofits that had donations given to them through this flip cost thing are now creditors of flip cost.
Yeah.
And they owe 3,200 different nonprofits a total of $29 million.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Oakland Voices, it's a nonprofit news outlet out there in Oakland, has been covering this for the past year leading up to the bankruptcy. And Rashid Shabazz over there put together basically a database of all the creditors from the bankruptcy filing.
Yeah.
So we have a list of all the nonprofits that are owed money.
Uh-huh.
52 of them are in Wisconsin.
I knew it too. I was like, so how many, what handful were in Wisconsin?
And the total there is about $408,000 that they're owed. So I've reached out to a few of them. Urban Triage is one of them. Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy, Wheel Horizon up in Green Bay, the Madison Roller Derby is owed like $50,000.
All these
and
nonprofits.
Yeah, and there's a couple of they have specific products for fiscal sponsors, which are these sort of umbrella organizations where if you're a small nonprofit startup, you can basically use this other organization's tax status.
Yeah.
So they've got these bundles of organizations under one roof, basically, that are all owed thousands of dollars. And when you're in a small nonprofit,
that's a significant amount of money.
$500 is a big deal.
It is
or $1,000 or whatever.
That is administrative costs that you're trying to offset and not use like as much money as you can. You know what I mean? Like there's things that it offsets, right?
And there are like not so much in Wisconsin, but there are Meals on Wheels programs that have been unable to deliver meals because this money is tied up. So that's just to put that out there. We'll publish the list eventually, but as I mentioned, I'm talking to some of the nonprofit leaders in those organizations about, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have that probably next week. The other thing we're working on.
Well, one thing to mention too is like when these corporations go into this bankruptcy and these creditors try to get something from them, it is often not the amount that they're owed. It is. No. Just so folks recognize and realize, it is pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, if they get anything, it'll be a very small amount.
If they get something, because some of it will get discharged. Sometimes the debt gets discharged in some way, and so they are allowed not to pay anything.
Well, right? and in the filing, they said they only have $70,000 in their checking account. And what Rashid Shabazz told me is they had their entire business, their own expenses and their own like business expenses, as well as all the donations coming in and out of one checking account.
Oh, no.
Which seems fraught.
Yeah. That seems incredibly problematic.
And that checking account only has $70,000 in it. So what happened to that $29 million is nobody knows.
And they're going to go through that detail. But like what happens to that when they move into that process, now that they're moving into that process, these organizations probably will not get anything back.
Right.
If they invest in trying to go after them with their own legal representation, it's going to cost them more.
Right.
So what folks, who are in the situations depend on is like these organizations, these nonprofit organizations aren't going to do anything and will take what they can get if they can get anything.
Right. And apparently they've been trying to sell this company for like 3 years.
That's why. That's why they're trying to sell it.
Yeah. So it's a big mess. But we'll be covering that. The other thing we're working on for probably next week is County Executive Melissa Agard has announced that her office is going to do a sort of comprehensive review of the contracting process for the county.
Why is that, Rob?
Well,
you all complain about Urban Triage enough.
Why is that, Rob? Why might that be?
Well, it's the timing.
It's interesting.
Is interesting because as we've been reporting, the Public Health Madison-Dade County did an RFP and attempted to award a contract to Kaya Clinic to create a harm reduction center on the east side that has really gone off the rails. So to have this announcement right after that seems, I don't know if there's a causal relationship there or not. I'm talking to Melissa Agard later today to kind of get, I anticipate she would say it's not just that, but
sure, I'm sure maybe it was something that like pushed it over the cliff. You know what I mean? Or it was just like enough to like move it over. But it is something to note that the responses, whatever the response is, it is a recognition that the process needs to be reviewed and adjusted, right? Yeah. And that is a good thing. Like I do appreciate that, like whether it be from your reporting fully or a bit. the acknowledgement of like something has to change here. We recognize that, and this is what we're doing to do that, right? And not pretending like, oh, like they could have like said nothing, changed the process. I mean, like, what do you mean? Nothing really changed, right? Like they're acknowledging the process.
Yeah, trying to be transparent. I'm also talking to some other some contractors, and we'll talk to the head of the Human Services Department. Who, that's the department that has most of the contracts.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that this is for the past, I don't know, 50 years, we've done basically government by contract.
Yeah.
That almost every service that the government delivers is actually delivered by a private company or a nonprofit organization that it has a contract with the county or the city or the state to do that work, which is, you think about it, I say it out loud, it's sort of a weird thing.
Well, when you don't fully fund a government to provide services for its people, the way to mitigate costs is to have the services done by another outside entity so that you are not paying overhead fees of something like, employee salaries, their
and benefits,
et cetera, because those costs rightfully are expensive, right? To have folks.
But then you end up with hundreds of companies that have either profit motive.
Yep.
Or just maybe are bad actors, or you have like there's hundreds and thousands of people you have to
mitigate, like and
monitor
watch
and keep an eye on, and you have to basically audit all their expenses, which is a whole other layer. So it can get a bit messy, and that's I think what is the county executive is acknowledging. Yeah,
the recognition of like that something needs to get cleaned up here. Like maybe the process for which we've been doing this for years is no longer relevant, or isn't relevant enough that we have to adjust and change and do things here.
It's also worth noting in a small town like Madison, like it's all kind of the same. It's a relatively small network of,
and
it's
the same folks.
Could be some, and not to suggest that there's any malfeasance here or anything like that, but there are a lot of friends and people who know each other, and it's a lot about networking and stuff, and that's how county money gets handed out, and with sometimes with not enough accountability. So
Dick Cheney's America. Contract.
I don't think a number of people recognize how many federal and state services are contract.
Yep.
Right? When we when we say we want this service but aren't willing to pay for that service through our state or our federal government or something like that, they contract it out to save money. If they don't, they're not given enough money to do it themselves. They contract that stuff out. And this is not specific only to Madison. It's something that is across all 50 states, across cities, different municipalities, villages, et cetera, et cetera. Like, that's what it is. It is why it's important to pay attention to what is happening in your own neighborhood and city, and like all those little things actually matter. Because who is getting these contracts that are serving my community, and are they ethical, or are they providing the right kind of service, or are they cutting corners? Like, those things matter and have impact. And a community's complaint or suggestions or things that they become aware of how these services are being rendered to them, like, there's power in being able to go to your county or to your village board or to your local board saying like, hey, these services aren't being completed correctly. Like, there is power in trying to push and say like, we need you all to relook at this contract and think about something different.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So we'll be on top of that, and we'll have that probably for you for next week. Omar.
Well, yes, the less morbid news.
Yes, less morbid news. Let's talk to us about Improve Your Tomorrow.
So another California-based company, a nonprofit, which maybe I should check that database if they're in there. But Improve Your Tomorrow is a Sacramento-based nonprofit focusing on improving the lives of young students of color, typically in middle school through high school, through mentorship and classroom-based activities to, get them through high school, get them into college, get them into universities. And now they're in Madison. And they're doing great. They're doing great work already. So they started initially, they found interest in doing this in around 2024, where they reached out to the Urban League's CEO, Dr. Anthony, to see if there's anyone who could consult and really look at the landscape of what education is like for Black and brown students in Wisconsin. And they called an expert, Dr. Anthony did. He said, there's a great person, Corby White, and he also happens to be from California, so you guys can hit it off there. So he went through this. He was already an expert on kind of that field, but he was getting real in-depth into research, and he was finding out things that he didn't even realize himself, like Black 8th graders rank as the absolute worst for math outcomes and proficiency in the entire country. We know already that math proficiency for Black students in general in Wisconsin is relatively low, but 8th graders specifically, the worst state. And that Black and brown students also have the second highest out-of-school suspension rate in the nation. So that's just a couple of the things that he realized. And he went back to report this to Improve Your Tomorrow, and they're like, hey, do you want to run it?
Do you want to run like the Wisconsin chapter of this?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this?
So they started a Wisconsin chapter in around August 2025, and they pitched it to MMSD, and they were like, oh, yes. What?
Yes,
what? It's like, let's do this. What can you do? How can we help? How can we get students involved? So they're in the schools now. They're in Madison, and they're specifically targeting that demographic, especially students with a GPA that's 2.0 and under. And they've already helped improve that for so many students. And Corby was telling me stories about meeting with these students where one student said to him, oh, I didn't think I could go to college at all. I just thought I was too stupid to. But the student was working full time. He's providing for his family because it's a low income family. He doesn't have time to do the work. He has to help put food on the table.
Right.
So, he didn't see college as something he could do, but through Improve Your Tomorrow's Madison chapter, he's realizing, oh, this is something I can do, and there's a support system. And to do that, they still have to go to work. He still has to go to work, but they added a specific class in MMSD for Improve Your Tomorrow for students to actually come in during school if they can't make it to any after school program. So they're making real efforts to meet students where they are. And that trickled into now they're in Verona, and they're picturing possibly making it to Milwaukee, which is definitely a place where they should be.
Yeah. That's pretty. It just started August, like the beginning of this school year.
Yes.
And they're already
the Wisconsin chapter. Improve Your Tomorrow has been around since 2013.
Right. They just moved into Madison like this school year, and they're already targeting another. Or they've already moved into another school.
They already moved into another school district.
And they're looking to take Milwaukee, which has a much bigger set of issues, which is, that's pretty incredible. Credit to Madison Metro Schools for kind of saying yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And not dragging feet about it. But that's really, and the interesting thing you said there to me is that targeting students whose GPA is low, because there are opportunities for higher achieving kids that may have barriers, but that are clearly could be on a college path. But I've often said grades really just measure how good you are at being in school. They don't necessarily measure your intelligence or whatever, but if you have other outside influences like your grades, you could be smart and have bad grades, right, or low grades.
Yeah.
So to target kids that may or may not be struggling for different reasons, but whose outcomes have not been measured by high grades, and grab those kids and find out, what we can do with these kids. That's a very, I don't know, it's just kind of outside the box approach, and to build it within the school day. I think it's also
and you get an actual class that they can get credit for. Right. That's big. I was like, how did you do that?
That's amazing.
It was like, it was hard. I was like, I imagine.
It was. And thanks enough they actually reached out to us to say we have a story to tell here. Let's tell it. So we're happy to thank you for doing that, Omar. And that'll be up at madison365.org today. The other thing that you Omar, went to the Madison College early learning campus had their ribbon cutting last week.
Yes, they opened a new early childhood education center, which will also work as a daycare for Madison College students and faculty. It's been a long-standing plan to continue to invest in the South Side. What Goodman campus has been here since, I want to say 2019?
2019,
and Dr. Jack Daniels, in his plans for doing it, also met with other people like the Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce and Renee Moe from United Way to go speak with businesses and residents about, what else do we really need on the South Side? And the top answer was childcare. There's really no childcare or affordable childcare or space for childcare on the South Side. And now there is, at least for students. And that's great.
Yeah. I was there when they announced, this is maybe 2.5 years ago now, they announced that they were going to buy the fire station, which is right next door to the Goodman South campus,
for $1.
Right.
Yeah.
And then renovate it into a childcare center and early learning center. And it's specifically for, because they get a lot of students who are also parents.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's kind of a demographic of the target. So I could go to college, but I need childcare. Well, here you go.
Well, now, come on, go do your classes.
And the other thing they have here that they've added, I'm not sure if it's open yet. Only about half of it's open now, right? And they're going to be expanding.
Half of it is currently open. Yep. It's been open since the 20th officially.
Yep. And then they're going to continue to add staff and open more classrooms. But one of the things they also have there is the drop-in center, which is really, really important, which is mostly for, like, if you have an exam in the evening and
you just need somebody
to watch your kid for 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of offers a little extra flexibility for the staff and the students at Madison College here on the South Side, which is great. And the other layer of this is they have an early learning program where you can go to Madison College and get your degree in early learning, and either go into the early learning business and the childcare business, or get a higher certification. And if you get like an extra year of schooling, you basically can get a raise if you're working in early childhood already. And so they have observation areas where you can like watch a classroom, and that's part of your basically your clinicals then, and they have a meeting room there. And so they actually use this as an opportunity for the education of people who are going into the childcare business, right? The early childhood business. So really smart, holistic effort there on the South Side. And it's a very nice looking place.
Oh, it is. It's I think the capacity was 85
Oh, wow.
kids. So
That's awesome.
that's a pretty good amount. It's a pretty good amount.
Yeah. So we got that story as well as some photos up at Madison365.org. And Dr. Daniels came back for that, didn't he?
Dr. Daniels did come back, and he's looking very different. I don't know if you've seen Dr.
looks well
Daniels.
rested.
He looks retired. He's
He
like,
looks
I'm enjoying
well
my
rested.
retirement.
Yeah, he looks well rested.
He
He's
does.
like, this is my last, thing from my list of things I wanted to do before I left, right? Like, 'cause he did. He actually started this process as he was, I think, almost leaving.
Yep.
Right? Or did he retire and then come back?
Well, when they announced this particular thing, it was kind of the last big thing he wanted to do before I retired, I think. And it was about
Which
year.
time, though?
Well, when they announced it was about a year and a half before he was supposed to retire.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then he ended up staying an extra year.
He's like, I'm going to finish some of these things that he wanted to finish and stuff.
Yep.
And he did finish.
Yeah, he did.
I think everything.
He finished
Pretty much,
everything,
yeah.
and this was the last thing that he felt comfortable retiring and and like, 'cause it was almost done.
Right. And basically moving from downtown to the South Side.
Yeah.
With the East Side campus, it's still kind of their main place, but to put the campus here on the South Side and add a childcare center, I mean, it's just such a huge legacy.
Yeah, he has a legacy
for him.
So this is why he gets to enjoy.
Yeah, now he gets to enjoy his retirement.
He gets to enjoy and celebrate, right? And he should and be celebrated, right? Because he should be.
Before we get to Isaia Ben-Ami, a couple sports ball things I want to talk about real quick.
It's never real quick, y'all.
For Madison continues its complete unprecedented rebuild. This is insane. They're bringing back exactly one player.
I mean, you all can't get close to winning every darn time and then lose. Who are you, the Chargers?
They brought
in
back,
the 90s and 2000s?
They're every team I believe in.
Yeah. You're like, don't chase us now. They finished
third in the league and made the semifinals in 2024.
They have always almost made so many things.
Brought back most of the squad for 2025 and just were terrible.
No, I mean, they
could not win.
No, they
could not score.
Could not get in their own, like they were always in their own way.
Yeah, really bad. So they kept the coaching staff, most of the coaching staff. They brought 2 coaches have since moved on to other jobs, but they didn't fire any coaches. But they are fired all the players except for Derek Gebhardt, who's
it's not the players' fault, what if they have the same problem?
Well, here's the thing. What they did was they brought in a sporting director.
Oh.
So Matt Glazer's the head coach. You just coach the games. I will bring you the players.
Yeah, which I think is a smart idea.
And his name is also Matt.
Oh, there's too many Matts in this,
Matt G, Matt C. I think what I'm going to do is, because Matt Glazer, the head coach, is former goalkeeper, he's 6'5", so there's going to be tall Matt and regular size Matt, is how I'm going to refer to them.
Fun size Matt, don't do that.
Interesting enough. Names are flipped around.
But anyway, so the one they brought in this week was Jackson Castro. Every player that they brought in, except for Derek Gebhardt and Mark Segbergs, who had a significant amount of pro experience, everybody else that they brought in, most of the people that played in college, which is unusual.
Oh, okay.
A lot of pro players don't go to college; they just go through the club system, the academy system, and have like 1 year of experience. So they're taking their average age from 27 to 23.
So they're thinking long term.
Yes. And they're also thinking, we're playing on turf. We're playing 3 games a week. Like, you need guys that can bounce back.
Well, yeah. And it's like you're thinking about the folks who can recover or know who I don't
and you can sign for 3 years.
Yeah. But also who can recover faster in injury.
Yep.
Right? And who are physically... The difference between 23 and 27, as much as people there's no difference, there
when you're
can
an athlete,
be.
that's
yes, there is. As someone who's recently experienced this.
There can be, absolutely, especially for athletes.
Yeah. And injury was a significant problem last year. So
there's a lot of significant problems last year.
The other thing to mention is... as I mentioned, with 2 coaches, John Pascarella and Neil Lavity both left, and they've elevated Patrick Nyarko from the... He was brought in, he's a Ghanaian midfielder. He played in MLS for 10 years and then did some coaching. They brought him in to coach the academy last year, the U19, the top level of the academy team, and they've elevated him to assistant coach of the first team, which is pretty cool. He's a really cool guy. I got to talk to him last year, which is great. The other sports thing I just want to mention, it's not news, it's just an endorsement, an unpaid endorsement. Love Madison is not a sponsor of this podcast, but the professional volleyball team here, I went to my first, our kid Amelia and I went to our first time last night, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about it this morning. They said that you were going to take them possibly again for the next game, and they don't like games.
Yeah, it's not a big sports person, but we went and
enjoyed it.
It was so much fun, and so we're talking about going again. They're back. The next home match is February 5th against Salt Lake City. They lost last night. They won. They lost the first set, then won the second and third, and then lost the fourth and the fifth. But it was really competitive, really entertaining, and volleyball is just it's a wonderful sport to watch.
Yeah, it's a fun sport to watch.
It's very stressful every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know?
And Amelia appreciated the DJ, or at least the choice of music at certain points.
Oh my gosh, yes! When there was a coach's challenge
from the other team,
when the Austin coach made a challenge, they played "Let It Go," and then the second time they played "Big Girls Don't Cry." And when our coach made a challenge, it was "Tell Me Something Good," and I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, they said it. I don't remember what it was,
but it was clever. But they had a hype guy in there.
It was Amelia's 13 years old and thoroughly enjoyed it, and the popcorn.
Lots of popcorn and ice cream. And can you guess which merchandise item I bought?
Oh, I know.
Which is now hanging in my room. I bought a scarf.
Oh, did you? I was about Amelia.
I got Amelia a hoodie, but I got myself a scarf. It's hanging in my room among my soccer scarves.
You should count how many there are.
I don't want to, because there's more than what's hanging. What's hanging versus what's in the house and
there's not that many that aren't hanging. It's probably
He's stabbed.
13 or 14 that are
but they're
up.
hanging also in other parts of the house.
Yeah.
So
How warm can one's neck be?
they're not even like
Half of them are summer scarves.
Yeah, they're mostly
Oh!
they're not even like useful.
No, they're decorative.
Summer scarves?
So yeah, there's summer scarves apparently. I didn't know this was a thing.
I didn't think that was a thing either.
But if you're, but also the games.
Do you have a Fulham one?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember whether or not. I was like, that's your favorite team, and we were there. If you didn't buy one, I was going to smack you.
Yeah, no, I have a Fulham scarf, and I have a San Diego Wave scarf. I have a Minnesota United
We don't need to go
scarf.
through them all.
This is my first non-soccer scarf.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in, but also the love the League One volleyball,
which is called
games,
Love. Yeah.
which is this is Silent B.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite understand the branding. It's not
your
great,
business.
but it's not a business. But it's the product on the court is amazing. There's 2 former Badgers on the team, Laura Carlini and Timmy Thomas, both on the team. Tammy had like 4 aces, which is incredible. Yeah. But anyways, it's a higher level of volleyball. It's really, really fun. And all the games are also on cable on USA. Oh, yeah. USA Network. So you can, the away games you can watch on TV. And it's a good time. It's at the Coliseum, which is a fun venue from 1978, which is great.
Yeah. This is fun too.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. I haven't been to the Coliseum in forever, but it was a good venue for it. So a lot of fun. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Isaia Ben-Ami will be here. And joining us now is a candidate for Assembly District 76, representing the heart of downtown Madison, the bluest of the blue spots of Dane County. Isaia Ben-Ami, how you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good, Robert. How about yourself?
We're doing great. Thank you for making the time, and thank you for jumping into public service. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. But let me start there. Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell folks, you're from Madison, so people kind of know who you are, but also why in the world are you doing this right now?
Yeah. Definitely. Well, my name is Isaia Ben-Ami. I'm a lifelong Madisonian, grandchild of immigrants. I grew up in the East Side, spent my formative years going to East High School before I went to UW-Madison. For the past 5-6 years, I've been working in the Capitol as a staffer for various legislators, Representative Sheila Stubbs, Representative Kaylin Haywood, Senator Chris Larson out of Milwaukee as well. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think that our party needs to, be the true focus of freedom. I think we are the party that wants to give people the freedom to live in affordable housing, to have access to critical health care, and to have a quality education and a quality public school. So we, I think, kind of lost that path in this last cycle. I think a lot of voters frankly don't trust Democrats as much as I think that our interests are aligned. So we need to bring that back. And part of that is, like you said, in a blue district, this is where the forefront of the party is made. And if we want to make change around the state, we have to ensure that we have leaders who are ready to step up in these seats when they come open.
That's an interesting messaging question because, as you say, you think America, freedom, that's like, there's like a bald eagle soaring over you and there's a flag and that, that's a real sort of, it has become for some reason conservative imagery, right?
Yeah.
Or conservative idea. How did that happen? Do you think? How did the Democrats lose that hold on freedom and the flag?
The Republican narrative around freedom has always been what the government allows you to do, not what you are empowered to be able to accomplish in a community. And when I look back at our, as Democrats and the Lyndon B. Johnson era and the Civil Rights Acts, the New Deal under Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and even the passage of Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. These are things that helped the collective and empowered people to succeed in their lives and really created that freedom for people to be free from want and free from fear. Meanwhile, I think the Republican narrative is a little bit more direct, right? But it isn't it isn't quite as I think holistic as our leaders need to be in their thinking.
So what is it in your experience in your 5 years living in the Capitol that I could imagine that it really making somebody like you want to jump in and be the principal. I could also see it making someone say like, "Yeah, I got to get out of this. This is crazy." You're sort of in the midst of it. What are you seeing in your bosses and in the people around you that make you want to be the elected official?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time in the Capitol as a staffer, and that's part of why I'm continuing to do this. But I've seen the legislative branch is, I think, the most powerful branch in Wisconsin. It's been for the past 15 years, 10 years of Republican control, consistently taking powers away from the executive, consolidating where they can, so that the legislature is where the decisions are being made. And now that the tides are turning, we see it in the polling. I hear it every time when I'm talking to people in Madison and the 76th, and when I knock doors across the state for the ADCC, we're seeing more and more support for there to be a shift in leadership in the legislature. And when that happens, we really need to hit the ground running to be able to pass the policies that our voters, our base of voters, believe that we stand for. And we need to put our money where our mouth is and actually get things done when we are handed the keys of power by our voters.
Now, do you feel like your experience makes you equipped to do that? I mean, you've just kind of seen the backstage of it, right?
Yeah, I've definitely seen as a staffer, we're in the meetings for caucuses. We're in talking to other representatives around the state and getting their perspectives. And because of the legislature as it's made up, there are very different perspectives, even among Democrats, because of geographically where they are and the different local concerns that people are facing. And I think after building those relationships and really getting an understanding of how the process has worked and how I think the process could change to be more efficient, to bring real change to voters, I think that's the experience that really sets me apart, and I think will help earn the trust of voters in the 76th.
What, as you mentioned, kind of knocking doors both for the Assembly Democratic Campaign Committee as well as just your own campaign. What are you hearing at the doors? What are people most concerned about right now?
Big one, and I think this is partially because I'm knocking on single-family doors, but property taxes. Property taxes is a huge issue for folks. I know a lot of people, especially elderly folks who may no longer have a job, may be on a fixed income, but still have their family house, and they don't want to sell. They want to stay in their communities. It's where their kids are, their grandkids are. They want to stay there, but the property taxes continuing to go up is really a problem. And a lot of that is a factor of the education formula that we use, and seeing a lot of our property tax dollars go towards private voucher schools that are unaccountable. They don't really educate all of the people in the community, and that's one of the ways that we can lower property taxes, and we can also raise the income taxes on the highest earners in Wisconsin. It's like $1 million, a new tax bracket that I know was introduced in the legislature just this session, and that could really bring some property tax relief to people, because that's money that would be going into the schools that wouldn't have to come out of the property tax bill to go into their support their school.
What else would be your priorities as a legislator? What are the committees you want to sit on? What are the issues that you're going to want to tackle first?
Definitely. For the past 3 years, I've been working with the ranking member of the Assembly Committee on Housing, and we were able to get a fair amount of even bipartisan things done. Last session, the bipartisan housing package put $500 million into building more housing across the state of Wisconsin. I think, unfortunately, some concessions had to be made as far as these are tax credits to developers to build. I think that we could be a lot more direct in how we build our housing, and also being more conscious and giving the power to localities to consider affordability in the proposals that are being brought forward. I can understand zoning laws being onerous, but one of the things that is really important to a community when a new development is being brought up, and sitting on the board of the Sassy Neighborhood Association, we see it. It's people are concerned of, these rents are going to be $3,000. Like, who is going to be living here? How is this going to affect my property value, or my property tax is going to go up? Mm-hmm. And are we really moving people in who are going to be working in the local businesses that make the Atwood neighborhood amazing? So housing is a huge, huge issue for me that I would love to sit on the committee for and see what we can do to help the state of Wisconsin on affordability.
This 76 is a unique district. It's right downtown. It's is campus in the 76 still?
Nope, it's it covers most of it encompasses the entirety of the Capitol. I think it goes a couple blocks, but thanks to the new maps, the pretty much all of campus is comprised in the 77th district, which is represented by Renuka Maidev, someone who I was glad to work with on her campaign.
Mm-hmm. But then it goes sort of around the lake to the east and north, right?
Yep.
But it is uniquely leftish, right?
Yep.
It's I can't remember the last time Republicans even ran a candidate in this neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I may have missed one, but it's just
I would love them to, if they want to spend their money to try to win this seat. That's money they're not spending in seats that I think we're going to be taking back in November 26th.
Now it's there's some tension in the zeitgeist and nationwide between the more traditional Democrats and the more leftist types that were where do you land on any of those sorts of things? I'm just I'm only asking because you were talking about the party messaging and stuff before. So
totally. So I am I'm a member of Dane County Democrats. I'm also a member of the Madison Area Democratic Socialists. So I am part of the left-wing contingent. I think a lot of people would see me as. But my vision for this party is to be definitely be a bigger tent, more focused on the issues and less on the politics of ideological spectrums.
Okay.
And I really don't think that we are too far apart on a lot of issues. I hear a lot of the same concerns of affordability, right? And see the people who have made moves in the Democratic Party, Zohar Mamdani, AOC, Bernie Sanders, people who are Democratic socialists who brought more people into the Democratic fold, who trusted a Democrat to be the leader in their community in an electoral sense. And so that is, I think, really important. And us as, someone who comes from an establishment, I work in a Assembly Democratic leadership office, I think we need to respect and see that is where our party is going, and we should capture that energy and use it to enact the policies that are going to make Wisconsin a better place to live for everyone.
And do you feel like this is the cycle when the assembly is going to flip, and are you going to end up in the majority? Is that the hope?
Yes. That is always the hope. I think there is always a chance with the new maps that the governor signed. It does give us a better chance last cycle, and we saw a massive gain. A good majority of our Assembly Democratic Caucus is freshman members, and that brings a lot of new ideas and a lot of changes to the status quo, which has been great to see this session. I think that with how egregiously handled the Republican Party is being at the federal level, not to mention the state level, right? Like Robin Vos still is standing in the way of expanding postpartum Medicare coverage to mothers in Wisconsin, something that's very popular within his own party. And I think the more and more that Republicans continue to be sticks in the mud, the more and more people are realizing they need leaders who are actually going to deliver on affordability, on making their communities safer, on building quality education systems, and really stopping with this us versus them rhetoric and creating a unity group. And so now is the time. I think we have a pathway to win in the Assembly. We certainly do in the Senate. And when that happens and we hopefully get a Democratic governor, if we get the trifecta, it's all about making it happen so that we don't lose it like we did. I believe it was just 10 years ago where we had the majority, didn't get the things we need to get done. We didn't pass a minimum wage. We didn't enshrine abortion care into our statutes so that we could protect women. Like, these are the things we need to do day one of a Democratic trifecta, and we need leaders who are going to hit the ground running to make it happen.
All right, Isaiah Ben-Ami, thanks for the time. How can people follow you or find your campaign?
Wonderful. You can go to voteisaiah.com, voteisaiah.com to visit my website. I'm Isaiah for Wisconsin on all of my socials. And yeah, please give us a check out, and hoping to represent the 76th district.
All right, Isaiah, thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you.
And we're back. And so our question for the week, though I did not prep anybody with it because
we are blind.
You are blind to this. I feel like this is a question that Rob will have an answer to. Well, I think you will have an answer to this.
I always have an answer.
What is your least impressive but most consistent skill?
I think all my skills are impressive.
Least impressive. I didn't say it was the least impressive but most consistent skill.
Jump rope.
No, oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Rob?
Well,
look.
Actually, it is kind of impressive.
It is. It's your least. It's not. Maybe not the least impressive. I am surprised at how good you are at that jump roping, and I don't understand why you don't add that to your cardio more.
I probably should.
You should. But Rob can do the whole thing with a jump rope. He can go fast. He can move his arms and do weird things with it, and he's perfect at it.
I can do it. I can go very fast, and I can do the thing where the doubles, and then you can do when you do the one around, and then I'm sure this has a name in the jump rope circles, but I don't know. But you do once and then cross in the same jump,
and then consistently hold the speed. Which is the weird, it is.
I picked up in middle school, and
you don't jump rope all the time. But if we had a jump rope right now, you could totally do it. Not even, and it makes me so mad because it is impressive, and I can't do that.
I wonder if there's an over 50 jump rope competition or something.
Since I've known you for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's not something he practices every day and is able to keep it up. He's not done it for a year.
He's a generational talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no use for it. He's not going anywhere with it.
Nope.
But it makes me so mad. But it is. It's maybe more, a little bit more. Maybe it's your most surprising skill.
Probably.
Because I don't think anyone would think it'd come from you like that.
I haven't done graphic design in, I don't know, 8 years, but very good at color matching.
Okay.
Very
That's
consistent
good to know. Formatting. Actually, I think I did a little for Wisconsin Watch for a video.
Oh, wow.
A few years ago, and I sent a bit, and they decided they wanted to do another little brand slide. All the colors were just slightly off.
And it drove you crazy.
It drove me crazy because I didn't have Adobe Video anymore because I wasn't Studio. My account's expired. It's hey, can we fix this? My name is on this.
And they're what are you talking about?
I made sure all of it was the exact same color, consistent with their media kit that they have online. And
It was just a little bit
just
off.
a little,
just enough.
a little,
just enough to embarrass you.
But they're like, oh, that looks the same to me, and everyone at Wisconsin Watch was like, oh, that looks fine.
You're like, no, it's not.
That's it's blue and an off-white. It's like, no, but it's
not. Though.
It's slightly different.
You're wrong.
They are wrong, and it's up there. And they didn't fix it, which irks me.
Yeah.
That's my least useful skill. I can look at colors and know
you off
if they're right. Yeah. I'm very not colorblind.
Which is, I mean, that's a good skill always to have, is not be colorblind. I don't have any skills that aren't impressive and aren't useful. I couldn't think of one. Somebody had asked this question, and I was like, I don't know that anything I do is an impressive but consistent skill.
Was the question most useful?
No.
And least impressive?
Least impressive, but consistent. Like
gotcha.
Maybe.
I was going to say jump rope's not useful, but parallel parking is. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, you are so very good at parallel parking. And you know what though? A student shared this with me about there's like a RuPaul skit or whatever video teaching people how to parallel park.
I think I've seen that.
And it's the best explanation that I've ever seen. It's like, oh, maybe I can do it now. No. Yeah. But
you still let me do the parallel park.
Yeah. I don't know that I have an impressive skill that is the least. I don't. My skills aren't impressive enough to rank in that order.
Podcasting. That's your skill.
I don't even think that's a good
such a cop out.
I was thinking, I was like, do I have? I'm like, I don't think I do. I don't think I have anything that's that impressive. Sarcasm.
Yeah.
It's maybe my least impressive skill. It just comes off. I don't even think about it.
I looked up the video. I was remembering a part of it. Okay. They say, Bumper, I hardly know her.
I know. It was a really funny skit. But also, it was like valid. There's some things that were valid in that thing. And it's like, oh. To help me understand the angles a little bit better. But yeah, that's right. It's so fun. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's funny. There's some incredible things. Oh, I got a sarcasm. Like my brother when we went to California, my youngest brother, who happens to have the same name as Rob, but we call him Bobby, came to see us when we were in Cali with a ponytail, and that right away.
What's wrong with a man ponytail?
Oh no.
Oh
no.
There was a whole dialogue about how many people are in his cult.
Yeah. I said I don't know. There was a lot. There was a lot going on.
A lot of sarcasm, a lot of insults. Very good.
We get very well done. I mean, real quick,
very
too.
Well done,
they just happened. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's my least impressive skill. Maybe it's the most harmful skill now that I think about it.
How do you feel about man buns?
He had a man bun at one point, and that also was
ruthless.
Open to. I was like, look, you knew who was coming.
Yeah,
you could have worn a hat.
Right.
There were ways.
I guess I'm not going to grow out my hair anymore.
Yeah.
And there was a whole thing about. Never mind. I won't get into it. It was not nice. And I did get a text from my mom. I got hit from my mom because I was being too mean to the youngest of our family. And it's like, he won't learn if I don't say something. If I don't.
Yes.
and then he won't feel loved because this is my love language. But then she sent me a text. I think you were a little too mean to him. Like, I think that Bud is a little too mean to the rest of us in our family name.
Yeah.
And then I got in trouble again. And then I thought of one and I was so mad. That as we were because I was also very tired. So here's the other thing. I was very slow at some of this stuff, not as fast or as quick as I wanted to, so I was very sleepy that whole week. But as I came back, I was telling Rob, like, oh my God, damn it. I missed a good one. Like Dread Pryor Roberts. It was right there. Like, how did I not use that? He also has a little mustache going on there.
Your least impressive skill is coming up with insults days later.
Days later, yeah.
Continuously. I had a whole bunch and I was like saying to my sister, she's like, stop it. I'm like, please use these. Don't let them go. Don't be left out there in vain. Someone needs to use these on him.
All right, folks. That's all we have. Stay warm every weekend. 365 Amplified is produced and edited by me, Rob Chappell, and is a production of 365 Media Foundation, a nonprofit, local, independent media organization in Madison, Wisconsin. Wherever you're listening to this right now, hit the subscribe or follow button to get new episodes every Friday. And between episodes, get your latest news at madison365.org and follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads, Wherever you get your news, we'll be there.